During the last Steam sale, I got a few awesome games, like I'm sure lots of you guys did. I even saw some games that were completely free. And honestly, most of these free games looked pretty bad, and they left me not really surprised that they were free in the first place. But hey, I got them anyways because free game. However, one of these free games did actually catch my eye, and that game is Undercroft Warriors. Developed by Fuzzy Games, which I believe is just one person. Undercroft Warriors is a top-down, twin-stick, bullet hell game. You're put in a large, grid-type area where you fight waves of enemies for as long as you can survive. And look, I know right off the bat, some of you guys are probably thinking that the art style looks kind of boring, or the gameplay looks slow and basic, and I was honestly thinking the same thing when I first saw this game. But man, let me tell you, this game really surprised me. I generally am not really into these types of games. I get bored pretty fast, and honestly, I would rather just be playing something else at the end of the day. But this game hits a nice level of depth while also being pretty simplistic in all the right ways. Most characters have a primary and a secondary weapon, as well as some type of ability that has its own resource that recharges on its own or from getting kills. The first character that you start off with is named Agent V. They have a sword that they can slash at enemies with, a grenade launcher that explodes, and a recharging dash. At first, jumping into the game, it was okay. The sword was kind of fun, but it's just the same attack over and over again. And the grenade launcher, while it is strong and it is pretty fun and satisfying to use, it takes forever to recharge its ammo. And the dash, it seems okay. It gives you a little bit of mobility, but overall it's just a dash. Everything felt a bit basic and uninteresting on its own. But playing the game a little bit more, you learn that your dash also damages enemies, and your sword and your grenade launcher recharge your dash. And instead of just holding your grenade launcher, shooting it, waiting for it to reload just to shoot it again, you could use it as a quick burst of damage while you focus on your other two tools while it recharges. And now the character goes from someone who mindlessly slashes their sword at enemies, shoots their grenade launcher 2 times while waiting for it to reload, and dashes around occasionally, into a fast-paced assassin, dashing from one group of enemies to another, one-shotting all of them, lashing them away with your sword, and blowing them up with your grenade launcher. Building upon the level of depth that this game has, as well as the weapons that are specific to your character, there are also these things called satellites that you can pick up, which are just massive auto-aiming guns that float around you that you can choose to either shoot individually or all at once for a massive amount of damage at the cost of a lot of ammo. These guns in themselves open up a lot of complexity in the game. You can have up to 3 satellites at once, which means you have 3 different weapons that you have to keep track of. And let me tell you, it takes a bit to get used to knowing when it's good to shoot just one gun or all 3, and which gun to choose to shoot individually. Some of these satellites that you can pick up are a SMG, a shotgun, plasma rifle, quad rocket launcher, and a grenade launcher. Each of them having their own strengths and weaknesses, and moments where you may want to use one over the other. Okay, I feel like I threw a lot of mechanics at you guys all at once, so let's take a break and look at some of the other things this game has to offer. During every run, you're earning points. Each kill gives you more and more points, and at the end of every run, you redeem these points. You can use these points in the shop to buy different items. And honestly, it only took me about an hour to get all the upgrades in the shop, as while they do cost a lot of points, it's also pretty easy to get a lot of points, at least in my experience. Things you unlock in the shop are new characters, new game modes, and color palettes. You can change the color scheme of the game to multiple different color schemes, which is honestly a really unique and cool cosmetic for this type of game. I know it's not that big of a thing, but it's just something small that makes the game feel fresh. You can play the game with rainbow colors, or Halloween colors, or Christmas colors, and it almost makes it feel like you're playing an entirely different game. As far as the other characters that you can unlock, they're all pretty cool and vastly unique with different playstyles and thought processes even while playing them. I'm not really gonna go into the different characters and their abilities and their weapons. That's something you can experience for yourself if you give this game a chance. But if you've been watching the gameplay in the background, you'll get an idea of a few of the other characters. As far as the new game modes, I've yet to really try any of them, but they all sound really interesting. And honestly, almost like a new version of the game after you master the default mode, classic mode. I saw one mode that puts you in a boxed arena that you fight enemies in, and another that's essentially the same as classic mode, but there's way more enemies and a boss battle in a cage fight. I may or may not have included footage of these extra modes. It just depends on if I played them before this video is put out. We'll see. I forgot to mention this, and I have no idea where to add it into the video, but for every game mode, you can set up what wave you start at, up to wave 20. You can also slow down or speed up the game speed, which to me is really awesome. Oftentimes, playing a game that you love at 2x speed can feel like you're playing a whole new game. So I'm really glad this feature's here. It's honestly really fitting. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I wanted to include some negatives or some critiques that I have, but I honestly couldn't really think of any. My only real critique is that I just want more content, more characters, more enemies, more weapons, and most importantly, more things to buy in the shop. I bought everything in the shop in about an hour or so of playtime. Everything's really easy to unlock, which kind of leaves you with just nothing else to really strive for, besides getting a high score on the leaderboards. But me personally, I don't really care about that enough to keep playing a game. So maybe add some upgrades that cost a ton of cash. I don't know. Add in costumes for different characters. Add in different skins for the different enemies in the game. I don't know. Overall, I think Undercroft Warriors is a great game. Truthfully, it's not something I see myself putting a ton of time into, but that's only because the content just isn't really there for the game. But for a game that's only $3, I think that everybody should be giving it a try. And it deserves more eyes on it, and it deserves more content for sure. And who knows, maybe if we can get more eyes onto this game, the game will get more of the content that it deserves.